Hello, welcome to Topper Machine. I'm Josh Topper, and today we have a boring mill project. This one is, I'm taking some box tube and I'm putting a 2 7/16 hole through it. So it's 2x4 box. We're putting it on the 4-inch face and going all the way through to fit on a shaft. And we need the hole to be pretty close to center. So not crazy close, but we're going to line it up with the tape measure, get our height where it needs to be. But we need to set up fixture to do 8 of these. So I already started laying this out how I think it's going to go. I've got a block at the far end there as a stop, and these are just saw cut box tubes, so we're just going to kind of get it close to the 4 foot on from one end and call it good. That's all they asked for. But we got 2 angle blocks right here that we're going at 4 foot, which is right here. I'm trying to break up that distance so that we got a good something to push against when we're drilling. So we'll get that finalized. We got one down there just to give me some stability when I put it up here. And then in order to get these close, I just lined them up with the back of the slot here. So they are close. They're not right yet. We're going to indicate them in so we get them true, because we need this square when it's all drilled through. So I'm going to go ahead and start just tightening everything down, get it set close in place, and then we'll get the indicating done, set up, and drill these things. All right, so again, here's the basic setup. We got my angle plates here. Our hole is going to be roughly here, so that gives me good support on either side of it. I got a 246 block and clamp. That will be what we hold the bar down with, the box tube. I've got another one down there that we'll have to set when we get this all indicated in, then we'll just butt that up against it. Just kind of a stop to keep everything from, make it easier for setup. When you set the bar up here, you're going to butt it up tight to these two, but we don't want it to be off on there too much. And then I got a clamp bar bolted to the table as a rigid stop that would butt up against. So let's get the indicator, get these set exactly the same so that once we set it up here, we know we're spot on. Well, I'd say that's pretty darn good for these two angle plates being just that close together, just the first setup, the initial setup. And you know, I backed it out, the saddle out, brought it back into the exact same spot on the dial, on the mill, and on the digital readout, so we knew we were dead on between the two, and we should be good. It's far more accurate than what the customer specified, so that's good. So we'll go ahead, figure out table, get the center of our spindle at the edge of our table, figure out where our 48 inches is, get our first piece up there clamped in, and we'll start drilling. Less than an 1/8 inch off. I'll just move it over about 100 thou, looks like. Close enough. I've actually got plus or minus 1/8 inch on this location, so we are definitely good. And one last thing before we get too far was just to set this up as a stop. All right, well, looks like a pretty solid setup, or right on where we need to be. I will go ahead and we'll get a drill in there first. We'll drill a pilot hole, then a 2 3/8 drill, and then I got the 2 7/16 reamer. And we'll do it this way. That'll give us our 2 7/16 that fits tightly over a shaft, and this gets it square, true. This will work out well. right, just punch through the first layer. I'm going to get this out of here, and we'll start drilling the second layer. All right, and the last step here is to ream it. All right, just going to come in with the caliper here, just take a quick measurement, see where we're at. And by the caliper, we're 437. I'm going to grab the inside mic and check it again with that. We want to be 437 because this is going over a 435 shaft. So we want that tight tolerance so it fits perfect, holds everything. So I'll grab the inside mics and we'll check it there. All right, so here's my inside mic. And I'm just going to get it close to the 430. We're going to get it at 435 and just start there. Look at that, 435 fits, which is what we know the shaft is. Let me turn it just up to, that's 436 there. And it's tight, but it'll go. Yeah, it'll go. So that's perfect. I would like it just a touch bigger, but I could probably hit that with a little bit of emery cloth and get that easily that way. But this is good. This is exactly what we needed. Well, there you have it. It seems a little overkill to me to have a shaft fit this tight, but that's what the customer specified. That's what they're getting. And I don't have the shaft to test fit it, so unfortunately we just got to go by the numbers they gave me to work with. And it should work out. I don't see why, if their shaft is actually measuring 435 and we're 436, 436.5, we are good, really good. So it should fit just fine there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off of here, run another one, and just time it and see how long it really takes. So we'll run this in high speed and we'll see what it actually takes me to do it. Well, there you have it. 7.5 minutes apiece. That's not bad. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I got to keep going on these. I got 8 of them in total to do, get them done, get them to the customer quickly so they can get on with the process. You know, that's a typical thing with a machine shop. You know, machinists are just like mushrooms. We're kept in the dark and we're fed bullshit. Because I didn't get a lot of information on this job other than it needs to be, the hole needs to be perpendicular and it needed to be 436 to 437, 2.436 to 2.437 in diameter, but it had to be perpendicular to the bar. So best way to do it with the horizontal boring mill. So with that, check out my website. I've got some good merchandise in there on the actual Topper Machine website. We have the pin jaws, we have honey, we have lip balm my wife makes. We got, you know, go stops, limited edition go stops. Check that stuff out. It's selling pretty good. Prices are very reasonable. So check it out, help support the channel. And with that, until next time, get out in your shop and get it done right the first time.